a onion bottle, sometimes called a squat bottle or a pirate bottle, from 1680, and yes, it survived from 1680, and it's kind of thick. And the reason why they made it this way is because glass was very valuable and they didn't want it to tip over, so you would have the volume down here, which would give it a more stability. Now, before 1630, they did have glass made from wood furnaces, but it was thin and broke. Around 1630, the coal furnaces came in and you could make a thicker bottle, and thus it became more usable. It's all hand blown. On the bottom, you have the pontil where the iron rod goes to help finish the lip. You can see the imperfections. This shows signs of being in silt. This is all a sheen created by silt, so this was probably a shipwreck find. Come in closer here. You could see this piece of glass is a ribbon of glass separate from the bottle. A molten piece of, or a molten ribbon of glass was wrapped around this in order to make a spot for wire to go underneath here to hold the cork in. Not because it's a champagne bottle, but because corks and this type of workmanship was not standard. So that's why the pontil exists, is because once they were done blowing the glass from this end, they had to take a separate rod, stick it in a little dollop of hot glass, put it on the bottom, hold it while the person that made the bottle work this in order to accept a cork or a stopper so it wouldn't leak. And the wire that went under here helped keep the cork in, because there was no standards back then. As you can see on the top here, this doesn't have any chips. It's quite amazing. And they didn't ship too many items with contents, liquid contents in here, because if you did a mass shipment, say overseas or overland, it would be too dangerous. These would break. So you shipped vinegar and wine, oils in kegs. And then when you got to your destination, people would bring their bottles and fill her up. And then when they were done, they would go back to the store and fill it back up. Not like today where you just throw the bottle away. It's a really nice bottle, and it survived. Very few of these survive on land or on digs because, of course, they would break. So mostly shipwrecks and harbors and canals, rivers, where somehow a boat went down and they couldn't recover the contents. And people did today go skin diving or scuba diving, and they find them. So 1680, that's quite an old bottle. And of course you have that kick up or a punt. On some wine bottles they still have them. And the reason why they did back then is that pontil is glass. It's very sharp glass sticking out, and the bottle would rock if it sat flat. Plus it gave the bottle strength on the bottom. So even today some wine bottles still do that out of a courtesy of history. So a nice 1680, maybe 1690 bottle from the Netherlands. And the Netherlands were famous for these onion bottles. So thanks for watching.